Hey, I'm Mindy Kniss. This is the Daily Rage. Let's take a look at OJ today because it is just getting absolutely annihilated. So, first and foremost, if you ever see this where it's just tick, 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 tick across the chart, that means limit up or limit down. In this case, it's limit down because the price came down. You can see over here, it's down 20, which happens to be the limit for today. And that's awful, but it's even worse than that because look at what happened yesterday. Not yesterday, Friday, limit down, Friday, gap down today, pushed all the way down to the limit, limit down. Yuck. But here's what's even worse than that is just a few days ago, it was limit up. Look at this. This is the 60-minute down here. So it had pushed higher on that day, hit its limit up, and stopped, gapped up. So everybody in this little span of time was probably feeling real happy about being long. But if they didn't get out of that trade, they would now be stuck because what happens with limit down is if you happen to be long on this and this goes limit down, like no one's going to let you out of that trade because it is at the max, max, max. And this just happened twice in a row. So hopefully, let's say somebody got really messed up on Friday because of that limit down. Hopefully, like in those first few minutes of the market open today, they could have got out. Now, it might not have been at a price they wanted, but at least they would have stopped the bleeding, stopped their misery instead of getting stuck yet again in limit down. You can see that on the daily chart, we had just a really strong reversal, like a very strong push up, fractal up, and then just like fell off the cliff, flipped the parabolic SAR, is back in the daily cloud, and yikes. That is just that is just a bad situation for anybody that was long up in here. And what's so crazy is that it would have been like right after, like, oh yay, we went limit up. This is awesome. And you'd feel like you're on the top of the world. And then the world just fell apart. So wanted to show you that to give you an example of limit up or limit down. They are often in the ags and some of the softs. Now, not everything has a limit. For instance, coffee doesn't have a limit, but OJ does, cocoa does. So you definitely want to make sure that you know if it has a limit for what you're trading and what is that limit. And the funny thing about limits is that it's not always going to be the same. They can expand almost like a rubber band. So as it gets further and further away, it's going to go, a little bit more every day that it goes limit down. So for instance, if tomorrow this goes limit down again, you would see it more than 20 points. Maybe it would be 25. I don't know exactly what it is off the top of my head, but that is how limits work. And they just are very, I would say, unpleasant to say the least, if you're stuck in the wrong side of it. If for some reason somebody had seen this kind of reversal up in here, went short OJ after that, really nice move all the way higher, they would be very happy right now because it cruised down, jumped down, limit down, gapped down, jumped down, limit down. That's lovely if you're short. If you're not, welcome to trading. As a reminder, Apex Trader Funding is offering 80% off right now. That goes through tomorrow. That's Tuesday, the 13th. So if, for instance, you were trading OJ, thank goodness it would be on Apex Trader Funding where you're not risking your own money because the deal with futures is that you can lose more money than you put in. It's not like stocks where you'd basically just go back to zero. These are so highly leveraged that it's a much, much bigger game that you are playing when you trade futures. So, all the more reason to not risk your own hard earned money and trade theirs instead. I'll put a link and a coupon code down below. If you haven't yet checked out the whole trader funding thing, I highly encourage you to do so, and especially right now while it is 80% off for as many evaluations as your heart desires. You can have up to 20 PAs or performance accounts, but you can have as many evaluations as you want. So make sure to grab those before the sale ends tomorrow night on the 13th. I'm Mindy Kniss. Thanks so much for watching.